Aerodrome Finance price update. Nobody is ready. My name is mikemadz. Let's start this video. Before I start the video, please do me a huge favor. Every like matters, every single comment matters. Doesn't matter if short or long here. Every single type of engagement is important for this channel, and especially also important for our project and the entire community. Appreciate you. Let's start. All right, let's stop wasting time. Let's jump straight into it. Yes, guys, the macro picture is not looking too good. Uncertainty seemingly is at all-time high levels here. Almost everything is selling off or showing weakness. The only thing that's really thriving is only gold here and some nitpicks here and there. Now, cryptocurrency here, guys, especially altcoins, of course, are following Bitcoin. And Bitcoin right now is simply just following stocks. And this is just simply how it goes. And this is why I want to push out this video as fast as possible, just to show you what I'm currently doing and where I personally think things are headed here in the short and midterm. Of course, Aerodrome for you first. Aerodrome in base. Is it over? Is it finally over? Are we in a bear market? Price action here in the short and the midterm for Aerodrome itself. Price prediction and what I personally think about price predictions here in general at this current stage. And of course, one of the most important questions here, should you sell or should you be actually buying this fear? Okay, now starting off with Aerodrome, I want to dissect this a little bit here. Okay, I want you to zoom out first here. If we zoom out and if you take a look at the ecosystem here, and if you take a look at Aerodrome, as you can see here, Epoch 84 marked the second straight epoch where AERO locks are actually greater than AERO emissions. And at this current time here, this is actually very, very impressive here. While fear is at the all-time high, while people are uncertain, nothing has changed on the fundamental level, just like I always say. And this also answers the question here, because I get this a lot here. Aerodrome is very inflationary. I get this a lot. But as you can see here, AERO locks are actually greater than emissions at this current time. Now, inflation matters, especially during bear markets here, and tokenomics are important. I'm not saying anything different here, but as you can see here, people are locking the Aerodrome, and just like I always say, guys, make use of your Aerodrome. Otherwise, you will simply get diluted away, especially during this bearish phases that we're in right now. As you can see here, also impressive here, over 60% plus of all DEX volume on base is still on Aerodrome. So if you're bullish on base, nothing has changed for Aerodrome, okay? Also partnership-wise here, as you can see, Aerodrome and Chainlink partnering up. So Aerodrome is doing the right steps here. And fundamentally, if we were in a bull market here, those things are actually pretty promising. And if the price would have been higher at this current stage, people would be absolutely mega bullish on Aerodrome right now. But of course, this is why it's important also to zoom in and to understand that we are currently in a bear trend, guys. Full story now, full stop, okay? I told you my position here a couple of weeks ago. The trend is your friend until the end, defensive until proven otherwise. And this is why it's important to also zoom in sometimes here. And as you can see here, also fee-wise, clearly we're not at all-time highs anymore. And of course, the trend is just simply down. While we had some sort of uptick here, fees, volume, and price action all show you that we are in a bearish trend here. Now, the question is, how long will this bearish trend last? Are we in a full-blown bear market, or is there still hope here for one final push here towards the end of the year? Okay, now taking a look at the price action of Aerodrome itself. I told you in one of my videos here, if we lose this $1 level, it's better to be sidelines, guys. And once I said that, most people said I sold into fear, etc. But actually it was one of the right moves. Now, I'm not saying here I was right and everything I say is right. I get many, many things wrong. I was one of the people that expected a breakout up here. Unfortunately, this didn't happen. I just want to cover this here. I personally told you at the $1 level, if we lose that, it's better to be sidelined, wait for strength, and then go back into the market. Unfortunately, since then we dropped even lower, and the bearish take actually is here that this recent pump we had here a couple of days ago or yesterday, I think, might be actually just a bearish retest into resistance, where support here, previous support, turned into resistance here. And the worst case scenario is actually another 80% drop from here. I know most people don't want to say it, and with the fear of being wrong, but the worst case scenario actually is another 80% drop. This is absolutely possible. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm not saying I'm an absolute bear right now. I just want to warn you of the risks of buying at this level right now. Now, in the grand scheme of things, okay, and if you think we are still in a bull market, this is an absolute blessing, and you should see it as an opportunity, especially if you are bullish on base here. nothing has changed, guys. So I don't want to be a full-blown bear here. I just want to be realistic and to want to warn you here. If you're investing money, you cannot afford in the short term to lose it. This is a risky bet right now, okay? Now, take a look at that just to have proof here, because some people call me a moon boy. Guys, if you only look at my thumbnails, of course you will think I'm a moon boy, but maybe watch my channel, watch my content, join me in my Telegram here, it's free. I clearly told you that I'm defensive until proven otherwise, okay? Just to have proof right here. Not saying I call this perfectly. I just want to also show you some things I get wrong, I get right here on this channel. Okay, now take a look at the price action here, or the price prediction for Aerodrome. Many people ask me, Mike, what's your price prediction? Guys, this is the wrong moment to ask this, in my personal opinion. Okay, right now it is better to focus on the next step here instead to focus on the entire journey here, on the end goal here. One step at a time here. First of all, we need to get out of this bearish trend here, and we need Bitcoin to finally be above its bull market support band to finally flip bullish. And once this happens, then of course you can start dreaming about this price predictions again. At this current stage here, it's better to focus on 1 day at a time. Okay, the macro is very uncertain, 1 week at a time, and take it step by step here. And as you can see here, as I want to show you, flip side here, of course, risk happens fast. Okay, so if we get this bullish flip here, those things can recover within days or weeks here. And as you can see, this recent pump here on Aerodrome was a 40% move, guys. So if you play it correctly, you can still make massive amounts of money in this market, and risk happens fast. So once we flip bullish, this will reverse very, very fast here. So have patience. If you're bullish on Aerodrome, nothing has changed here, but you need to prepare for the worst case scenario, because nobody knows, okay? Now, taking a look at one of the most important points today here. Should you sell or should you be buying right now? In my personal opinion, you only should be buying right now if your average is much, much higher. Okay, if your average is a lot higher here than at current levels, it only makes sense that you're forced to DCA down to bring down your average here. In this way, if you get a relief pump at least, okay, even in bear markets you get relief pumps. If you get this relief pump, you are able to sell at a less loss or even a profit here. So if your average is much higher, you're almost forced to buy those levels, guys, to bring it down, okay? And if you have cash you're willing to lose here, cash you're willing to risk, then this is absolutely the time to buy, because those are massive discounts here, especially if we're still in a bull market. This is an absolute gift here, covered by this macro uncertainty, which can actually resolve pretty quickly if this tariff situation is not as bad as most people think, okay? Now, taking a look at that, I just want to show you a couple things here. You should always have mentors, guys. I have mentors, even the biggest guys, multi-billionaires have mentors, and you should be following the right people here. And taking a look at that, for example, Dr. Elon Musk, of course, he's at some point not the most popular person here in the crypto space, but at least he has a portfolio of over $100 million here. You have Elon Musk warning you. You have Bob Lucas, an absolute legend here in this space, guys, with decades of experience, a track record here of great trades, warning you, guys, and taking profits on Bitcoin here. So if you think I'm bearish here and I want to cause fear here, this is not my intention, guys. The worst thing right now you can do is sell in panic or do anything in panic here, guys. Eventually, you will be fine. This is not my point, but I want to show you guys, even OGs and even whales at this point here, guys, are unsure about the macro situation. So if you have a small fish here telling you to buy Filecoin, I would simply highly advise you to unfollow this. Crypto Twitter can be the worst source of information here if you follow the wrong persons. This is all I'm trying to say here. And at the end of the day, guys, this is one of the most important quotes in my personal opinion, or sentences here. If you focus on survival first, profits will come. Okay, so most traders don't get this. Most people only think about the upside here, but get wrecked in the meantime here before we get to this push higher. So the most important thing right now, in my personal opinion, focus on survival. DCA if your average is higher, no question about that. The grand scheme of things, fundamentals are not changing for Aerodrome. It's still very, very promising here, and base is doing better than ever before. So I don't want to be too bearish. I just want to have a realistic point of view right now, because I see some people here screaming to buy every single dip here and that we're going to have a V-shaped recovery. While this is, of course, possible here, guys, this is not the way to go about those things here, especially with this current macro backdrop. Let me know in the comments below what your perspective is right now. Are you mega bullish? Are you buying this dip? Or are you also cautious here, waiting for confirmation? Okay, let me know. But as always, guys, do your own research. Super, super important. Be bullish on yourself. That yields the most returns. The most important thing is, as always, don't get wrecked.
This guy giving out from blue tops like Mars Simpson, just hard discipline, pot simmering, cooking up, no rocks in the pan, watching the plane form in the sand, bidding castles out of thoughts in our head, late nights, no sleep in my bed, trying to see my dreams manifest.